Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to All You Can Eat Chelsea, episode number 216. Got the lads here, Matisse representing PSG, proud. Do you know what? I knew there was a Champions League final that was around the corner, but for some reason it just didn't feel like there was a final happening because all over social media it's about transfer news. I feel like there was probably more hype about Chelsea's Conference League win against Real Betis, or even that match, or even the Europa League final. But anyway, that aside, Matisse, first of all, brother, how are you doing?
I'm very well, brother. I'm back from Poland a couple days ago now, and such a good experience, man, because I've never seen us lift a trophy in person. You know, all these years, everything's been from a distance. Them last day Premier League wins them prices are nuts. I could never afford back then. And the same with all the finals, really. It's only the Carabao Cup final that I went to when Kepa blazed it over the bar at Wembley.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
I remember you went to that,
bro. Yeah, man. I needed that. You know what I mean? And it actually hit a lot more than I thought it would, especially there in person. Just seeing our end, who were, you know, obviously Betis fans were giving us stick in the first half. Anthony, all this chat about him. And then, yeah, second half, we just turned it around, man. It was just a great trip, man. Buzzing.
To all the people that is logged on now, tuned in now, and to all the people that are going to watch this, I want to make a quick announcement. If you haven't watched the vlog that Matisse put out for the match, I didn't have the chance straight away. I actually had, because it's the weekend today, so I had, you know, ample chances to watch. And I thought the first thing I want to watch is that vlog. And I was absolutely blown away by it. Like, from the Polish guide, the way he took you for a mad drinking journey, I was like, I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
And that's it trimmed, because he was storytelling the whole time. I learned so much about Polish history.
Bro,
you had to cut it.
He was full of knowledge. He was full of history. And the best part was when he was absolutely out of his mind and he said, "Skull fuckery."
Bro,
oh my God, that was too funny. And then obviously the whole match was incredible. Javon, brother, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. I'm very happy. Season objectives has been completed. Man United mudded, you know. Inter's about to pick up another UCL, you know. So it's positive. Football heritage is back. What can I say? You know, football is footballing, and I'm ready to do the banter thing. You know, I'm not here on any analysis, any of that nonsense today. I'm here to just enjoy and love football. You know. Champions of Europe, they will never sing that in the men's game.
Completed the set, bro. Completed the set. I love how you just want to do the banter thing. Why not, bro? Why not? Do whatever you want to do, man.
Hey, calm down. With the pride of London, boys. With the pride of
London.
Come on,
man.
Pride for London in the men's game.
Absolutely. Eunice. Bro, I need to start introducing Eunice. I know the lads don't know about this, and the live chat definitely don't know about this. The Algerian Titan. That is going to be his name from now on, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you want to see Eunice, whether on social media, YouTube, refer to him as the Algerian Titan. We obviously, we've got the wrestling channel on the side, and our man Ishan over there did a madness, called him an Algerian Titan. And from now on, that is who he's going to be referred to as, the Algerian Titan. How you doing, brother?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Yeah, that was impromptu. A very nice, very nice intro from Ishan there. So yeah, big up to him. But yeah, I'm good. Yeah, big up the chat. They're all that's it. We've started a thing now, haven't we?
You are the Algerian Titan.
I've been here for too long to know where this is going.
Yeah, you're finished. You're cooked.
You're done. You're finished.
But no, I'm good. I do have to give kudos as well, for sure, to Matisse. Your vlog killed it, man. And shout out to Polish tour guide guy. That was phenomenal. I actually thought he was gonna put you on the floor. Like I thought he was just gonna like ruin you, but he actually didn't.
You guys drank a lot.
They
Yeah,
drank
no,
a lot, bro.
It was a lot. There was a lot of drink. Because remember, this is all cut down, and this is why next season I'll probably launch memberships for this type of stuff when I just release the extended cut, because it was like an hour of just history and drinking and so much explaining about. It was such a good experience, man.
Bro,
Like,
you stood up
he's
well.
quality. He's quality.
You stood up well after all of
do
those.
you know what it is?
drinks.
I grew up in Ireland for 5 years, so
That
I
is
know.
true.
I
That
also
is-
know
yeah.
I know my limitations as well, and because we had things going on the next day, and the game was the next day, I said, right, I'm here at my line now. Love.
It's okay.
It's mad for someone who's so popular around apple juice. Right. And someone that doesn't look like a heavyweight, but you've got Irish genetics, like we should know.
That's mad. That's mad.
Yeah, he also got that Jamaican in him. Don't forget that.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't put about the rum.
Yeah, facts.
He's the Irish Titan. There we are.
The Irish
yeah.
Titan.
And you know what? Their vodka is smooth as well. Like I've never had vodka that actually tastes of something where it's actually like palatable. So yeah, that, and then I was always on the apple juice cider. Obviously, you got your rums and rum cakes, and grandma used to literally just alcoholize the cake at the age of 9. So there's a lot.
Do you know what? Do you know what? If anything, probably Skullthuggery is the one who pussied out. You guys drank. You and the other dude.
Skull drank. I know you couldn't see him.
Okay.
But he drank. Trust me, he was drinking. That camera was still steady, so I was impressed because he was drinking.
Technically, he's
We'll make you rum.
Yeah.
It's okay. Next season, you'll be doing more palatable trips, What do I say? Trips to Naples?
I was saying that when we left Poland, I would absolutely love to go to Naples. Like that would be unreal. And to be honest, in the Champions League, I'm still down for these wild, obscure trips. Like,
I'm joining you.
The right anthem.
I'm joining you.
Yeah, to the right.
Next season
is crazy. To the right.
Next season, somewhere, I am joining you somewhere. I'm telling my missus already.
I'm
going wherever you're going, bro.
You
Just
guys
at least one of the place.
You guys would have loved Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan was unbelievable. Like
fermented horse milk.
Bro, it was insane. Like,
bro, that looked a little bit too much out of my box spot. Like that was.
Don't tell me.
I'm happy to do all the. Yeah, that was a bit crazy. Jupiter's son, you can tell Miz living in Australia has drank too much. Haram. Look, I don't. Obviously, me being Muslim, it's not the right thing. But every now and then, I'm a little bit notorious. Every now and then, do you know what I mean? A little bit.
Mitch was a menace back in the day.
and Matisse knows from way back when we did the
podcast. Yeah.
He knows how notorious I am. Anyway, look, enough of the fun and games. Well, the fun and games will continue even more.
Quick one.
Conference League tonight.
Go on, bro. Really quick. Champions League tonight. Just for the sake, it looks like we've got 2 French and 2 Italians up in here.
Oh, wow. How did that work out?
Who are you supporting in the chat? Let us know. Who's going to win tonight's final? Just let us know. There we are.
Let us know. We'll kick things off with we'll go with Javon. We'll start with Javon. Javon, we won the Conference League. We've completed the set. And for me, it wasn't more about winning the Conference League. Obviously, it's good to pick up the trophy. Of course, it's great to pick up the trophy, complete the set. But it was more about this lot that we have. It was more about them winning a trophy. That was the most important part for me. And I was celebrating for them that hopefully this taste. I mean, there's one iconic moment, and I'd love to hear what moment that you felt was iconic. But there was one moment for me, Javon, and I don't know if Matisse picked this up when he was live there. When Enzo Fernandez scored the equalizer and Enzo and Reece James came together, like I think it was Enzo that slaps him and then Reece James grabbed him and headbumped him. And they just looked at each other like, yeah, let's go and ruin this right now. I just thought, rest in peace, Real Betis. At that point, I was like, I think madness is about to happen, and I just hope that moment, that iconic moment, turns into something monstrous for us down the track. And two captains coming together also meant a lot for me. I mean, Javon, what'd you take out from that final, bro?
That said to me, we've finally done it. We've got to a point where we're going to go ahead and destroy this team. Because if you remember, they both were in the semi-final against Manchester City, where they fell short, and they both were in the final against Liverpool, where they got beaten by kids, essentially. So at that moment, it's like they said, you know what, let's overcome this curse. Let's go ahead and destroy this team. And that moment, I thought, oh, you know what I mean? When you're playing video games like this and then you sit up, and that moment, that immediately clicked off in my head. And then it was all guns blazing from there. For me, that was two captains coming together, realizing that, hey, if they're not going to do it, we're going to pull the team up by their bootstraps. We are going to take over this game, and we both are going to make sure we get this win over the line for the team. And that encompasses the start of something new, getting over the not being able to win in a final curse. Well, however many finals they've been in, which was 2, semi-final and a final, they gotten over that curse, right? And it showed passion for that team. So, like I said on the previous episode of Ali Kenny Chelsea and the previous episode of the Sideline View, this was for the team, not for the club. This win, the reason why I'm shameless and happy about it, is for the team, not for the club. We already know what the standards of the club is, right? Yes, we do the banter thing, and I'm going to do the shameless thing for the end of the summer. This train don't stop. But for the team, it means more than you can ever know. So when we're in those semifinals, when we're in those quarterfinals next season, going up, this team has some form of camaraderie and some form of cohesivity to know how to get over the line. Yes, it's not the level of Champions League, but it still gives you something. You still learn from it to be able to take the trophy home and to be able to be 1-0 down in the first half, be outplayed in the first half, because let's be honest, we were outplayed in the first half, to then dominate how we did in the second half. So, hey, it's all positives.
Love it, man. Love it. Matisse, one question that you've been asked a lot, I saw in Big Six as well, and on social media as well, man. Oh, Chelsea's doing too much, man. Too much of the celebration. Too much going on. Why are you celebrating such a Mickey Mouse trophy? I loved how you've replied. I've seen Yunus sort of reply the same way. I've done the same way. And you've said that it's not about the trophy in itself. It's more about this mob, this ownership. This is their first trophy under this ownership. This is big for them. And just on that in itself, that's worthy of celebration. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, look, people would have killed us if we didn't win this. You have to remember that. People would have absolutely killed us if we didn't win this. So we have every right to be happy, relieved, elated for the fact that we did what we needed to do. You just because you're expected to do something doesn't mean it's going to get done. So when you get it done, do you know what I mean? When you get the job done, the task is done. Especially when you go 1-0 down at halftime. Halftime, you're 1-0 down. You should 100% be happy. And my thing has always been, never look down on any trophy. Look, this is not the creme de la creme. This is not the peak. But every trophy goes in the cabinet. Every trophy matters. Not some may matter more than others, of course. But every trophy is an official trophy on your record. So I'm never going to be in any competition and say, oh, I'm not asked. Carabao Cup, when we went out, I was fuming. I want to win the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, when we went out, I'm fuming. I want to win the FA Cup. If we had lost this, I'd have been fuming. I want to win this trophy. I don't want to be in this trophy because I think we would have won the Europa League, right?
Yeah.
We would have won that. 100% we would have won the Europa League. And that's the spot that we finished in, but then obviously things happened. But once you're in it, you have to move on and you have to win it. And that's what we did. And like you said, you kind of have to almost separate the fans from the team because what we've seen and what we've experienced and our standard is different to what this group that have been assembled have experienced and what their standard is. And at the end of the day, you can only respond to what you've experienced as a person. So this is a lot to them. And I'm happy for them You know, if you're a football fan of your club and you're not a Forest fan or you're a Leeds fan, or you might have seen better than what you're witnessing, right? But you still have a connection to the team and be like, do you know what? Cool, you lot in that moment for yourselves, you're doing something. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just about them gaining this experience and using it to get over the line next time. All those final defeats against Liverpool, all of them shenanigans previous, you don't want to see that shit happening again. Next time we get to 100%. A final at Wembley, I'm expecting us to go and get over the line and win it. Next time we're in, a circumstance where we're 1-0 down in a high pressurized game, I'm expecting us to turn it around so we can win it. So as long as they're using this experience to not be complacent as a wider, the club, they're not using this experience of getting Champions League football, of getting that trophy to be complacent or to think that we're done, job done. As long as they know that this is the baseline, this is the apps. And Jay, I think Reece James and Chalobah in particular know that this is the absolute bare minimum that we need to be doing. You want to pick up a trophy every season, and you want to pick up Champions League football minimum every season. And then if you can get leagues and Champions Leagues, obviously that's the pinnacle. But you've got to be winning things along the way. We don't want to be Arsenal where it's like 5 years without a trophy. Oh, your trophy doesn't matter. Oh, no, fuck that. Every season you want to. Every season. I don't care if it's a Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Collect your cups. If you can't win the big stuff yet, collect your cups.
Because it builds progress.
Of course.
Not just building progress. Just have that taste. Don't ever forget the taste.
Yeah.
Always have the taste. Yeah, I know how it feels. I know what it tastes to be a winner. Once you go on a bit of a drought, like it's you forget the taste. You don't even know how it tastes like to win. So it's very important. Yunus, bro, also the fact being 1-0 down and playing the way we did, coming back in that manner, emphatically, scoring 4 goals in, I think, 20, 25 minutes or something like that. Because even in the second half, like we didn't come out all guns blazing. I think the first goal was 68th minute. And then we absolutely smoked them. And it's against a team that's a good La Liga team. Real Betis is a very good La Liga team. Yunus, you have to also say, it feels like this team is slowly growing mentally. Do you know what I mean? Like they're maturing, showing in adversity to come back.
Yeah, big time. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from it all. That's why this Conference League win, not just for the sake of the Conference League, because that's not what we want to be participating in. But for what that showed is exactly what you just mentioned, is that in the final of the Conference League and prior to that, the way that we wrapped up the Premier League season to actually end up getting top 4, but coming back from behind or showing up on occasions where you don't look like you're the likely winner, you're not the likely team to come through, you're the underdog. This team have shown when it matters most at the very end that they can deliver. They did it against Liverpool. They did it prior to that, we're even playing bad, Fulham, Everton, but they did it against Liverpool. They got the result against United. They went to the City ground and won, and then on our terms. And we got top 4, not top 5, top 4. That was the initial aim. When it all looked like it was down and out, they brought it back to life. And that I have to say, I wasn't expecting at all. From a young group of lads like this, you think, bloody hell, man, you don't want this. You don't want, but they delivered. And then in the final, 1-0 down to come back and win 4-1 in that manner, just complete domination. This is why that moment you mentioned about Reece James and Enzo as well might be overlooked by many, but that's what us as Chelsea fans, we want to see. Not just for the characteristic, not just for the sake of seeing it, no, but for the substance that it actually carries. We want to be showing that it's DNA. That's always been Chelsea. Is like when the going gets tough or when you're on the floor, you find a way. One way or another, you find a way. That's always been us. It's not about playing the prettiest. It's about just coming through on our terms and getting it done. And when Reece and Enzo had that moment, it's funny. I saw a comment earlier that said that moment looked a little bit zesty, right? Bring on the zest. Bring on the zest. Listen, if a dressing room doesn't have some zest in it, it's not a proper dressing room. Yeah, Mourinho went to Frank Lampard when he was butt naked in the shower to tell him that he's the best midfielder in the world. Right? That's what you got to do. You got to be zesty. Yeah, that's a proper
Come on.
dressing room. So when I see those moments where it's like it's looking close, like close, not just a little bit close, close. Bring it more of that, because that's a part of where the leadership stems from. And
That's a camaraderie building. That's a camaraderie building.
That. Exactly. It shows that the team are there for each other. They've built a bond. They're ready to fight for each other. And we delivered when it mattered most. So now, hopefully, with this win, and we go back to that time where 2005 winning the League Cup was like the taste to a group of players that hadn't won a trophy before, to go on spur and win more down the line. This, not only for these players, but for the club, for the ownership, this is a chance to really, like, with all the doubt that many, including myself, had, and the criticism, you've tasted now what lifting a trophy is like. This is what we all want to see our team do, is to be there amongst the best competing. Not winning every single time. You're not going to win a trophy every single time, but to be competing up there non-stop, in the midst of it, and winning some along the way. Like, these have now experienced what lifting a trophy in football is like, right?
Yeah.
Do you want more now? We can go and get more and better. Like, do what's necessary for us to go and get more now. Let this just be the beginning. That goes for the club, that goes for the players, that goes for the manager, that goes for everyone. So hopefully it can be a moment to spur everyone on and go on to bigger things.
100%, man. That's how I feel as well. I mean, look, obviously there's been some notable performances. I don't want to delve too much into those performances because, look, ultimately, great win. We completed the set, but yeah, Cole Palmer was sensational. Man of the match, 100%, ran the show in the second half, single-handedly producing those lovely assists. Enzo Fernandez had a great game. Caicedo, Matisse, you were screaming at Skullduggery. Speak now. Speak about Caicedo. I mean, Matisse, seeing that live, that shot right at the end from Caicedo. Whoa, how did it all look, bro? That goal, that sequence of play from the start to the way it all ended and Caicedo banging in the winner. Bro, talk us through that, bro.
It's funny because of the angle that I was at, I got the perfect view of that goal, but I didn't get the perfect view of the Jackson goal because I thought Jackson actually headed that in.
I could tell.
You thought Jackson, well done, developing.
And this is why I've always maintained it's very difficult sometimes to go to those games and analyze the game in the way that I'd want to. Because when you're at home, you get to see the whole picture. Or if you sit in a certain part of the ground, maybe the most expensive part, West View, or if in this game it would have been UEFA's kind of seats or whatever, you get the best view. When you're at an angle, you're getting like that angle. So Caicedo's goal for me was just the cherry on top of the cake, because the way this guy, and listen, it doesn't really matter, but it just shows people don't watch Chelsea consistently. The way this guy has been.
Let's just say Toby.
No. I'm not even going to just say Toby. The way this guy has been left out of every single team of the season from nuts. Everyone, pundits, Sky Sports, everyone.
I can't believe Big Six didn't have him. That was mad for me.
It just shows me that you're not watching. You're not watching. And he's got to win titles and win Champions Leagues before he's going to get his fair dues. But that's fine, because he's the quality kind of midfielder that will get that kind of level of accolade. If we do what we need to do around him and we're serious, he'll pick up. I've always said it, and I said it when we built this midfield. This is the one part of the pitch that I think we've absolutely smashed, is Enzo Fernandez, who I would never entertain Real Madrid links now this summer. I think he's had the season that I wanted him to have, that we all needed him
100%.
to have.
He's 20 GNA.
He needs to stay. He needs to stay.
21 GNA, people. 21 GNA.
But it's not even that. Like, he's still creating chances. And we've seen that, because you can go and check all of the chances created and where he falls in Europe and whatnot. They're just not getting finished. And we all know that when you don't get that assist actually chalked down, people forget. So he's kicked on. He's done exactly what's needed to do to kind of show this is the player we purchased. Caicedo, Lavia in the little glimpses that we've got once again. And when Andre Santos comes back, this is a proper midfield that is capable of winning big trophies. No doubt about
100%.
it. Absolutely no doubt about it. And that goal, just for him to finish it like that was just like, he's been the best player this season for Chelsea. He's got player of the year. He's been the guy that's been consistent throughout. What a lovely moment for him to be the last one to round it all off. Do you know what I mean?
So fitting, so fitting,
fitting.
so
Bro,
fitting.
so fitting.
fitting.
So I was absolutely buzzing with him. Like you said, Cole Palmer was taking a piss in that second half. Both the assists, basically, the tap-ins, and really Jackson just had to be a body. Do you know what I mean? Just had to,
It came off his shoulder. Do you know
as
what I
long
mean?
as you've got like organs and skin and limbs, and,
You're solid. You're
as
solid.
long as you're like not, as long as you're not water,
As long as you're a being, you're some sort of a being.
He'll score that goal.
you're getting that. So yeah, man, like Caicedo, I was just, bruh, just seeing them all celebrate Cucurella. What a season! Do you know what I mean? What a season
Deserved.
he's had.
Deserved.
Beautiful.
That was the first trophy that Reece James captained. Do you know what I mean? And we know all the injuries and struggles he's had. So yeah, man, it was nice to watch. It was nice to watch. The only thing that annoyed me was, and I guess they have to do it like this, but when they're doing the trophy lift, they face obviously the bench and they face that. And I was like, bro, just have them face us, bro. You know what I mean?
Because the Chelsea fans were just behind. Like
we were on that side and they're facing that way. And they do this.
But
for
it was
every
nice
final.
to see on your vlog that Cucurella came running.
Exactly.
towards you
Yeah.
It's for
So
TV. I'm pretty sure
it's for TV.
TV.
It's for TV. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Cool. Javon, looking forward. Now the taste of trophy is there. I'm sure the current mob cannot wait to get another taste of a trophy. I know all of them would want some form of a break. Obviously, they want to go on a little bit of holiday, have a little bit of fun. I get that. And look like they had a lot of fun post the Conference League final win celebration.
Especially Madueke.
Madueke. I saw Yunus post Mandem FC, doing whole
We're
heap
never
of,
beating those
rapping.
allegations.
Bro,
FC showed up in full force.
Madueke has got some beats, He's all right. Just for that, we might have to keep him. Do you know what I mean? You stay. I like
Vibes,
those
man.
beats.
Vibes, man.
Yeah, you stay. I like those beats, man. Javon, Club World Cup in about a couple of weeks. It's a very quick turnaround. And I really want to win this now. This is a special event. It's only going to be once every 4 years now. The money that is involved for the entire competition is about $1 billion, and the winner gets more than the Champions League winner. That's the money involved here. And yeah, man, I'm sure there'd be some sort of taste from our current mob that, let's go and win this. How you feel about Club World Cup?
Listen, it's not only about the Club World Cup for me. I'm counting that Champions League money. I'm counting the qualifying for top 4, Champions League money, the money we get from the Conference League, even though it's not much. And then if we were supposed to go ahead and win the Club World Cup, because I have an end goal here, My end goal is to see Chelsea get to a better level on the pitch by bringing in these different players. No, the Club World Cup, it's great. It's not just a preseason friendly. It's not just a preseason competition. It's going to carry some weight. Plus, when you have the likes of our rebuilt Real Madrid involved, Inter Miami included, and some of Brazil's best teams, it's kind of a statement to say, hey, we just came off a very extraneous season. We can go ahead and compete and actually win it. The only person, I said this before, the only person I would protect during this run of the Club World Cup would be Moises Caicedo. That man is a linchpin in the middle of the park, and he needs to be another standout performance in Champions League next year. But with all the people coming in and all the people going out, we should be able to take home that trophy. And just for Bluco, hey, what a way to show your investors that our investments are actually paying off now. So for the entirety of Chelsea, actually, we should be taking this very seriously. And how great would it be to go into the new season saying, hey, brother,
champions of the world.
We just
my
Real
God.
Madrid.
Oh,
you talked about shamelessness earlier, Javon. If we have a gold badge on our chest for the start of the season,
bro,
and then you'd have it for 3.
Shit.
Remember, you'd have it for 3 years because the next. Brother, you ain't seen shamelessness like that. That would be another level of shamelessness.
Yeah.
Because do you know what it is about obviously the Conference League? The only proper team we played was Betis, right? And we're aware of that. This competition isn't that. You're going to be playing against Real Madrid, potentially. You're going to be playing against, Bayern Munich or Inter Milan or whoever. So you're going to be playing against very, very difficult teams. Man City's in it. I know it's still for some people a bit strange because there's no Barca or there's no Liverpool, etc. And I get it. Maybe there does need to be a look at how they do it, but because it's every 4 years, there's a lot of different, things that go into it. But that trophy looks fucking beautiful. Put that in our cabinet. Put that in our cabinet right now.
Completely set.
Now, the only thing I'll say for this year, it's not going to be easy. And there are definitely consequences to playing on US pitches. There are definitely consequences to playing serious. This is a serious competition. A lot of money on the line. It's not pre-season. And I don't want us to be burnt out going into the Premier League next season with the Champions League, with the FA Cup, with the Carabao. This is why this transfer window is so important. Because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of factors going against us in terms of this is a serious competition. So we're going to play strong teams and we're going to be tired. We've got extra Champions League football now. So now twice a week you're playing tough teams. So again, that's not friendlies on Thursdays. And there's also the fact that we want to actually do well. So we have to take this market very seriously. And I must say, we're going to get onto it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Every signing has to have a point and a purpose. Not like last summer where it was all this flowery shit and most of it didn't even make sense. And it was just like little whatever conference league, you were building for trips to Kazakhstan and Heidenheim, right? Now let's get very serious with the outgoings and the incomings in this window because next season is going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. I want to add with the Club World Cup, let's not get it twisted. This is a test, like a proper test, because when you look at the teams that are competing, at least in terms of the UEFA teams, now on top of that, you got the South Americans and even some of the Africans and all of that, right?
Yeah,
but with the UEFA teams, Chelsea, Real Madrid, City, Bayern Munich, PSG, Inter Milan, Porto, Benfica, Dortmund, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Red Bull Salzburg. Now, you could mistake that.
Wow.
You could mistake that for an almost Champions League quarterfinal stage. Easily. Right?
Yeah.
That's a big test. You only remove maybe 2 or 3 other top teams that would be there normally, but just pretend they got eliminated in the group stage or something. Like Barca got killed or something. Who knows? Right? Just pretend that was the case. You would still be looking to try and win the Champions League if you heard those teams, right? That is a big test for us. So to see where we are now after winning the Conference League, go into the summer, if we can get those signings through the window, at least before then, or as much as possible, we go to the Club World Cup. That is a legit competition. If we win this competition, I mean, it's difficult. I'll be honest, I don't expect us to win it, right? That would be mad. But if we do, if we win it, brother, we can safely say, I think we might be back. Like we can take ourselves seriously from that point onwards. But I also agree with what Matisse is saying here. The transfer window is so important to go into next season with the Premier League, 4 competitions, Champions League involved to keep the level high. There is no Conference League A team, B team nonsense shenanigans that's going to happen again. You can go down that route, but you can't go with the same quality that we went into the Conference League with. You need proper depth this time. So,
Eunice, some of the South American teams are tough as well.
Yeah,
they are.
Take some of those.
You
They are.
can't take them lightly. Flamengo
That's why I
alone.
mentioned them. Even, who
River
knows,
Plate.
there might be a shock from Africa or Asia as well. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, and some might say it's the Mexicans or the Americans. But I mean, we got to be honest here. Who knows? But it's still it's a proper competition. We'll see how we fare. This will tell us exactly where our level is for now.
No, 100%, man. 100%, man. That conversation got me a little bit hard. I can't even lie, man. That was nice.
We're having big
more about that
conversations
kind of
again.
stuff.
We want to be a big club. We have
Yeah.
got to have big conversations
yeah,
again,
yeah.
man. This is what it's about.
Okay, so Javon, I don't know how much of All You Can Eat Chelsea you watched before you got here, but when we start to get successful, Miz gets very dangerous, very dangerous. Okay, I remember when we won the Champions Leagues. When we won the Champions League, some of the words that was coming out of Miz's mouth when we won the Champions League was
my days.
insane.
I get
true.
a bit wild,
mad.
bro.
It was
I
mad.
gotta
It's
be
been
wild.
a while. I've forgotten it almost existed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might-
The live
I
chat
might-
knows.
The live chat knows. I mean,
I mean,
I was notorious for saying one thing as well. I've not said it in ages, and I'm going to remind you. But Chelsea are going to win the league. Just saying.
just gonna-
Don't you fucking dare. You and George, I swear, every single year, you and George.
Chelsea
Oh
gonna
my
win it.
God.
Chelsea gonna win it, bro. Chelsea
Oh
gonna
my
win it.
God.
Listen, can we talk about these transfer links so I can be right
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
Because
I've-
this is the only reason why I'm here this episode. You know?
Oh no, he's got the shades on.
Man's just
in
here for
writing.
the transfer news.
In writing.
Because I remember
No.
a great one once said, a very great person once said, once we get UCL football, something has to change. You know, something has to change. And it's starting to change, boys. Directors starting to change their tunes. Hey,
We need
calm
to-
down.
Is that
Control.
Robert? Is that
Control.
Robert in the bottom right?
Yes.
Control the midfield, boys. All I'm saying is, even the links, I know they're just links, but the links are changing. You know, we're linked to. Yeah, we're linked to.
I don't know
we're
what
linked to
links he's
Rodrigo.
looking at. I'm not sure what.
Listen,
he's
we
probably
got
got.
Delap over the line already, and we're being linked to Rodrigo. All I'm saying is, this wasn't happening a year ago. You know,
Rodriguez getting
These-
linked by some unknown
But
source.
we're
Don't get
linked
too
to him.
excited.
Listen,
I'm not
we're
gonna
linked
lie.
to him.
I'm not gonna lie. Let's not celebrate links. Let's celebrate
Yeah.
secure.
No,
Secure the
see,
package, brother.
But
Yeah?
I understand. But all I'm saying, is,
Javon.
we- no, all I'm saying is,
Do you know
I'll
what
let-
Javon? Do you know what Javon reminds me of? You know when your girl makes a basket and she's celebrating the basket online and she's looking through the basket and she loves all of the things in the basket. And then you're like, all right, check out then. Check out. I dare you to check out.
we're
And
about
she's not, you don't want to check out because the price,
It's
the
mad.
wages,
It's mad.
the transfer fee, the price is mad. So unless you're going to check out, the basket is irrelevant. You can make a beautiful basket. You got to check out. So
Listen,
until you check out and I see the delivery, which means I can't remember what the kid's name is, but he can do his video where he's like, Chelsea have reached an agreement and here we go.
Oh, there we
You know,
land.
There we
There we
land.
land.
The agreement
There we
is
land.
real. Until I see that, I'm
I'll
not.
take a step back. I'll take a step back, but I'm
just not
warning
gonna-
you
I'm not
guys.
gonna stress
Matisse,
myself out.
Matisse wants a tracking
Uh,
number, basically.
don't-
He wants a
Yes,
tracking
yes,
number.
yes.
Yeah.
Royal Mail.
Whatever
Royal
source
Mail.
you're looking at, give me a tracking number, bro.
Listen,
There we land. That's what we need.
don't let Fabrizio say, I hear we go to a Gyökeres or a Rodrigo, because I'm gonna be a smoke. All
Okay,
I'm
so-
saying is,
I got something
wow.
about that one. I got something about that one.
Oh my days.
So you see this Delap signing, right? Like I said yesterday in my video, I'm very calm because it's a very smart signing in many ways in terms of the fee. We talk about the kind of intangibles that Enzo and James we just described. Delap feels like someone that's going to bring more intangibles. He feels like a character that's going to come in and not necessarily be a leader straight away, but he's going to come in and he's going to add that Cucurella kind of bite to the team and that physicality on the ground and wanting to go shoulder to shoulder. He's not going to make us weak physically, which is something we've suffered from before with other signings. But when we've got Delap now, it makes me not want Gyökeres. And I know that sounds strange, but Delap doesn't score in the air. That's something he's got to improve in, right? So Gyökeres is also very poor in the air. Delap, I think, maybe can develop because he's younger in the air, but Gyökeres is actually cooked in the air. So I have always wanted someone that can head the ball in this
advantage
You're
of
going with
this
Osimhen.
process.
You're going with Osimhen.
You want
because
Osimhen?
100% because Reece
Yeah, me too.
James,
Me too.
because
I'm going with
Enzo
Osimhen.
Fernandez, because Cole Palmer's crosses, because Pedro Neto, because we need someone that can head the ball. Even defensively, I know defensively we've improved this season. The set piece coach, maybe the mentality monster guy will take
the
credit for
rugby
that.
guy.
Oh,
Right?
the Cookie Monster cooking.
Yeah, the cookie monster and whatnot. But that near post Didier Drogba defending, that set piece attacking Didier Drogba Munich in the Champions League final. I need someone that can really attack those crosses because I think Delap on the ground, he's 100% improving us. Like, make no mistake, right? I've got my reservations about his whole game because I don't want to gas him too much because I feel like when we sign someone, everyone just says that he's perfect at everything. So everything, you know what I mean? That's just the instant dopamine.
He's got to develop. He's got a lot
still,
to develop.
He's still got to improve certain things. But on the ground, this is a significant improvement to Jackson in the box. Like, no doubt. Jackson, unfortunately, doesn't smell and anticipate shit in the box. Delap's going to do 10 times better at all of that. All those cutbacks, all of those finding, the right moments to dart or to make near post runs or to be in the right position. He's doing all that a lot better than Jackson. So we've already, in my opinion, just put an extra 5-6 points on the final tally of the team. Like, already.
Yeah.
But don't stop there. Because it's better to do more than to kind of do what you think you should do and then end up falling short. Someone could get injured. The pressure might get to someone 2 games a week, Champions League. Like we just spoke about all the competitions we're in and all of the factors we got to add up. Don't stop there. That's the key for me. If you're doing this as part of the improving of the attack, fantastic. If you do this and Sancho and do nothing else, I cannot sit here and pretend like that is good enough or that is what we could have done. That's not good enough. We need to improve and can improve way more than that. And that's what I'm demanding because I didn't watch our 3 wingers this season between Madueke, Neto and Sancho all be inconsistent, all drop clangers, some good, some maybe bad, some maybe shit. I didn't watch all of that for the whole 38 games to then say, oh, well, let's not bother improving now. Like when we know there's people out there that will literally improve us. So yeah, man, let's see.
I hear that. I hear that, but still, you can't argue with his goal tally. And I'm just going off the people that we are actually linked to. The talk around Osimhen is completely dead. And that brother looks like he's on his way to Saudi. But I hear you want someone that's going to take advantage of an aspect that we have in our team, which is the crosses. Quality crosses getting into the box. Hey, I'm just saying, get me a proper 9. Get me a proper 9. Hey, low crosses. Someone in the chat said it. F the high crosses, low crosses. Take advantage of the intricate plays. Finish off those chances and get us more goals. Have Cole Palmer, his high level of creation rate, have that actually turn into assist. Same thing with Enzo Fernandez. Get me a proper 9 and get me a proper left winger. Whether you're going to send Sancho back and go for, I've seen links to Rodrigo, Rafael Leao, however, get me somebody proper and then a center back and Petrovic and we're chilling. So I'm saying, well, not much. So I'm saying.
I agree there, man. Listen, I think we're at a point where if we have someone, Liam Delap can be that, but again, playing 4 competitions, Champions League included, I feel like we need someone who is a little bit further ahead in the game than Delap, and then Delap can follow suit. I'm all for Osimhen and I'm all for Gyökeres. And why? Because we missed tons of chances, right, that should have been buried. And I feel like if you have someone that is just able to, at feet, put the ball in the net, right, that's the starting base for us because we tend to play most of our football on the ground now. I agree. We do need some flexibility to be able to cross the ball in the air because we don't have anyone that really gets onto the end of that. Thankfully, when Enzo Fernandez did that in the final, that was actually relieving to see. I feel like as a striker, there should be a base minimum to be able to head the ball. Now, whether Delap or Gyökeres can do that, I don't think that's going to be what we're going to rely on them most about. But what I will suggest in terms of the air is in defense. So if we're defending set pieces, we need to be better there. I would love to be more dominant in the air at the back, right? But going forward, I think it's a case of just finishing our dinner more. Osimhen, I would take. Gyökeres, I would take. Osimhen, I kind of agree. I think he's off to Saudi, but I'm seeing this Nigerian agent artist. I don't know what the hell he's.
Bro, who is he? Who P Square? Who is this guy?
He's got 1 million followers, brother. He's followed by Osimhen. They're tight. I don't know what this guy's talking. Like,
bro, people are tagging us. I don't know if Matisse has seen it. People are tagging us on that.
Yeah.
Who is this guy, bro?
Bizarre. Listen, this whole Osimhen saga, I genuinely don't know what direction it's heading in, right? It makes me think that the whole thing's not dead, but I can't see him going to any other place except Saudi. With Gyökeres, I mean, it's a feasible deal to do. It's right there. I personally think if you get any one of them and you have Delap, we're sorted for 10 years. We don't need to talk about the striker situation again. We're done.
Mm.
What I would want.
I think I don't think they want Gyökeres. I've never felt like they want Gyökeres. Every single summer, Gyökeres' name is always floating about, and when it gets down to the serious nitty gritty, as you'd say, Eunice, he's
No one
always
moves.
he's always ruled out. He's always ruled out for us. I'm not sure about other clubs, but he's always ruled
And
out
for
us.
everyone else. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing around him.
And one thing I've always said is our business, we can rank it and rate it ourselves, but then it also is in comparison to what our rivals do. So if Osimhen goes to Saudi, that makes our lives a lot easier in regards to the striker position in the Premier League, because now what we're going up against is not as, fearless, or, it's not as wild. But if Osimhen goes to Arsenal,
We're in
and
trouble.
Gyökeres goes to, I don't know, Liverpool, or whoever.
Liverpool.
They're going for Sesko. Arsenal going for
This is,
Sesko.
yeah. Well, I'm fine with Arsenal going for Sesko. I didn't want
Me
Sesko.
too. I'm cool with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying.
I'm actually all right with that. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
me
why
too.
in my video, and this is like, and I don't know about the rest of you guys' videos, I haven't seen it yet, but when people are talking about Delap, it is dependent on not only what we do at left wing, or if we get another striker, it's also dependent on what others do. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's our competition. For me, like, we need to be looking at what are the other big clubs in this league doing, and
You want to be level. You want to be level ground with them.
How are we matching up with them? And then we go. In the next season, we go. And we were second until December. I cannot think any other way than what we doing near the top end. That's it. I'm not thinking about 5th, 6th no more. I'm not thinking about with all due respect, I'm not trying to think about Villa and Nottingham Forest and even Newcastle to a degree, because they've not ever put up those tallies, right? I'm looking at City, Arsenal, Liverpool. That's it. That's all I'm interested in. So whatever they do, we've got to match or be better. We got to close the gap. That's it. That's all I'm looking at, bro.
Facts. Facts.
100% agree, man.
But
100% agree.
we also have Esteval and some of the other kids that are coming in that we haven't really spoke about, that are going to add quality. So it's even more for me is why we need a striker, because these kids are going to create. These guys are going to create, and we can't have a season where it's like on the stat sheet you see they're creating, but on the pitch no one's finishing their dinner, because it's going to affect them as well. So it's even more as to why we just need to. We're right there. We're at the precipice. We're hitting the glass ceiling, and we're just about to break through. Even I'm seeing reports coming that the board wants to adjust the philosophy a bit, right? Even some of the defenders we're linked to as well has changed. I know I said I wanted to be right, but I want to be right in a good sense where, hey, this actually sparks us to stop buying, focusing on young players solely and buying young players our quality that's going to push us through that glass ceiling to get us to the next level.
Can I add to what you're saying, right? I got no problem with young players, because young players can have experience, right? I was watching Eunice's video on Hato. Even though I'm a massive fan of Samuel Smith, Hato's played over 100 games for Ajax. He's back up to Cucurella potentially. That is some level of experience, right? Yeah. Some of these other young players, Elise for me was an experienced young player. He's still, you can still sign players in your under 25 quota that are experienced, but you have to make sure that they've been through some trials, tribulations. They've done something in the grand scheme where they can come in here and they don't shrink, or it's not like, oh my God, this is too much. So that's what I'm looking at in this window. It's not even necessarily the age, because you can get experience at a young age.
Matisse, look at Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. They're getting young players that are experienced players.
Yeah,
Verts,
exactly.
Frimpong, Kerkez, they're all experienced young players. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And just to add as well, Delap, brother, you're not going to the under 21s. You're not going to the under 21s with England. No, listen. Let me tell you
what's going on here. Like, apparently he wants to play for under 21s.
Brother, bun your country. Bun your country, brother. You are coming to Miami with the boys, and you are leading the line in a club. Listen, we are going for a gold trophy. The shit is made out of gold. Yeah, we are going to Miami. We are going to America, and we have $100 million or whatever it is to make. We got money to make.
What is this under 21? What is it? Is it euros or something? What's going on?
Euros.
Why does he care so much about that? Why?
Listen, I don't even know. I don't even know if he even qualifies. I'll be real. I might go and change his age on Wikipedia.
Isn't he 22? No. Isn't he 22?
He's 22.
Isn't he 20?
He's 22. He's 22 now. He's 22 now. I don't care if that's true or not.
Man's about to change his age on Wikipedia.
Prior to Chelsea, and being at Ipswich, he was playing under 21 football anyway, right? That's kind of what he knows. But he's got to understand now. You're playing in the big leagues now, right? Yeah, you're playing for, you're at the creme de la creme. Chelsea are going for what is definitely, especially down the line, going to be a prestigious tournament for many teams around the world. And if you were to perform in that, Thomas Tuchel will be bringing you into the senior England team. That's where it's really about. So listen, forget that. Make your mark in the summer. And then the next England call-up in September, Thomas Tuchel will be like, listen, I need you. Done.
And Tuchel loves Chelsea players. He's always in every Chelsea game. Look at all the number of Chelsea players that's in the English team now. Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
And you know what as well? Like, we've got this one done early for two reasons for me. One, because I thought he'd play in this tournament, and we need someone with Jackson. We need someone with Jackson to give us a better chance. But also, this is kind of an opportunity for you to prove what level maybe you're going to bring to the team. And maybe, if he comes in and smashes it, maybe it's actually a bad thing, because then they might be like, damn, we don't need anyone. But I do need to see you play for this team. I need to see you play for this team before the season starts. I know it's a serious preseason because it's a tournament, but it's still part of our preseason in a way, because we can't just play preseason after this. You're going to be dead. Do you know what I mean? So
we'll be finished.
We need you to get used to the system. We need you to get used to the other players. We need you to start, understanding and getting reconnected with Cole Palmer. We need you to start getting the ball rolling, because when August comes around, whether if you're the starting guy and you're getting the 9 and you're not the 19, I'm afraid you are under pressure. Like, any striker that starts for Chelsea is under pressure. Like, I'm sorry, I don't really subscribe to the idea of you're leading the line for Chelsea Football Club, but you're not under pressure because you're young. That's why I would have you as second choice, because I don't want to put that pressure on you. But if that's the pressure the club's going to put on you, then I'll be damned. We're going Champions League next season. And I think I'm not interested in, he's from Ipswich, or Robertson was from Ipswich, from Hull City. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so many players have come from the Championship. So many players have come. So I'm not snobbery like that. I'm not interested in that. However, they're big games, and we will need you to deliver if you're the starting striker. I don't want you to be, because I don't want to put that pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? But I need to see you in that Club World Cup, man, against the best teams as well. What an opportunity.
Do you know what? For the Club World Cup on its own, like, it's a smart business regardless, right? 30 million release clause, age is good, wage is not going to be out of the world at all. And plus the fact that Club World Cup is literally in a couple of weeks, a player like, Liam Delap is perfect. Like, it could be that injection that we need up front. But as we've all said, and I've said in my video as well, that we do need for next season, though, when the real season kicks on and the Champions League comes on, I still believe we need an experienced member. Whether we do it or not, that's a separate story. There is still rumors that we could potentially go for another striker, and it's not going to be any of those victors. It's potentially looking like it might be Ekitike, which now leads me to a couple of other questions that I want to ask you guys. I'll start with Yunus, and we'll go the other way around this time. Yunus, first one that I want to talk to you about is Jadon Sancho. I remember when I was doing the watch along when he scored that curler inside the box. Lovely finish though. And obviously I was jovial at that point, and I had Faz as well in my watch along, and Faz was cheering on Sancho because it was the Man United connection. He was going, come on, Sancho. And I was like, pay that 25 million obligation, pay it right now, get this guy. But obviously it was just a bit of tongue in cheek. I still think probably wise to send him back to Man United and us looking for better. But on the other side of the coin is it is a cheap option. Like for 25 million to get a player of his quality, whatever that quality is, I mean, I don't think you're going to get a cheaper option. Obviously, the wage needs to be within our bracket. How do you feel about this whole Jadon Sancho scenario?
It's a tough one because it's been documented. Chelsea are going for a left winger. So, like, who's that going to be? God knows. But it's like, well, yeah, I would. That's me. That's me looking at us being serious, bro. Like, yeah, I'd take Rodrigo. Absolutely. Even if it was Nico Williams, I think these are the sort of names that you would want to be going for. Sancho, I think, is a good player. There's been the whole shooting problem that he's had for all of us, right? Where he just doesn't pull the trigger. But when he does, you can see what he can do, man. The final, he had the goal in the Premier League not too long ago where he smashed it top bins. He's capable of doing that. He just doesn't do it enough. You know what I mean? That's the frustrating thing. Now, Sancho at the end of the final, I saw was singing "Blue is the color."
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah,
back to United. That's not going to look good.
How does this guy go back to United, bro? Like, how can...
Him and Anthony were hugging. I was looking and going, both of you might be going back to that favela. Like literally,
the hellhole. The hellhole.
It's turned into a and you know what? Favelas at least are cultured and you know it's a part and parcel of like Brazilian culture and all that. United is just a hole, as you've said, Jade. It's horrible. So I don't think he would want to go back, which is where Chelsea might get an advantage. The whole thing is, I think Chelsea want to keep Sancho, but they don't want to pay the salary he's on at United.
That's for certainty.
And for that, to be honest, fair enough, because he's on stupid money at United. What was he on? 300k or something like that. We're paying half his salary.
More than 250,000. More than 250,000, bro.
Yeah, like up to 200 or so, fair enough. But more than that, nah, like that's a bit mad. And I think Chelsea are happy for him to stay, but because of the state Man United are in, that could be the bargaining chip for Sancho to accept something a little less just to get out. In the same way that I'm looking at Bruno Fernandes going to Saudi, like, brother, take the money and go, because that club's finished, right? They're ruined. They are in the gutter. Like, so Sancho might have to just compromise a little bit, and if he does, I think we'll keep him, but we'll see.
No, 100%. Matisse, I remember, I still can't forget that episode where you said Jadon Sancho is the best left winger in the Premier League. I know that was very, very early on. And I know you regret saying that. And you know, you're quite humble about that kind of stuff. How you feel about that? More than you can believe.
You know what it is? I really, really want it to work with this player. Years and years.
Because you like him.
Of course. Years and years ago, him and Hudson-Odoi, Sancho was the hashtag on Twitter. I was all over it. When he was at Dortmund, and it was before Hudson-Odoi's big injury, that was my Chelsea kind of pairing because I fucking love those two. However, I want to be objective as well. And I don't think Sancho has done enough this season to stay. So I would personally rather upgrade the left winger than keep him and potentially risk plateauing or stagnating. Now, the only way, listen, the wages have to drop. I think he's not worth more than like 120k on our books. I'll be honest, especially with our new wage structure. Any more than 120k, and he's taking the piss. Personally, he's a squad player, right? And that's all he's shown to be. He's only shown to be a squad player, and in my opinion, we have enough squad players. The only way this works for me is if he plays potentially as like a backup 10 to Palmer, and he's almost more centralized, and he's more, because he's got a good way to pass and he's good at connecting things. And if he's more of like a backup to Palmer, because we're not going to sign, I don't think, a Rodgers, or we're not going to sign, you know, a Cherky, obviously he's going City, and Felix needs to leave, and Cuckoo needs to leave. Esteval said he wants to be like a 10, but he's probably got to play wing. And you maybe use him as a backup to Palmer, which I don't know. Maresca's never seemed to really try it, but I think Sancho in central areas would actually be pretty decent. And you still go and get that left winger, because we need, this is a needle mover position. I'm not budging on these needle moving positions. I'm very consistent. I said it last summer as well. The needle moving positions are very clear. Centre back, striker, left wing, goalkeeper. If you're not going to get needle movers in these positions, do not complain with the inconsistency in these positions next season. Don't complain.
Yeah.
Right? Especially because next season is going to be even more difficult than this season. Way more difficult. Like, I don't think people are understanding how much more difficult it's going to be. We're playing Champions League football next season, week in, week out, in a league.
And the rivals are strengthening, Matisse.
And we're doing
it.
Yeah. Florian Wirtz going Liverpool. And it's in a league phase. There's more games as well. Remember, in the Champions League, there's more games. You're playing league phase now, right? League phase.
Yep.
It's going right up until winter, and then we're always shit in the winter, and then it's right back after the winter.
Yeah, and it's not like a case where if we fall out the Champions League, we drop into Europa League. No, you fall out, you're done.
Yeah,
You're
that's
done.
it. You're done. You're
Yeah.
done.
Right?
Outside of 24, you're done.
Done. Mhm.
So we need to take this window seriously. Now, if Rodrigo's not leaving Real Madrid, there's nothing we can do about that, right? There's nothing we can do about that. But I just don't want us to almost sleepwalk into, okay, well, we hit our objectives now, so we don't need to improve drastically in certain areas. We're just going to just get comfortable. If this guy's staying, he's a squad player. And that means you still haven't got, for me, a starter at left wing. I'm not relying on Mudryk, and he's suspended anyway. Madueke at left wing the other night was poor. Really, really
Bro,
poor.
he was so poor. I don't want to
Very
down
poor.
the mood, but he
Yeah.
was
He was poor. Him and Neto are still very
Inconsistent.
glass half full players, glass half empty. You know, they're Madueke, I've said it, he's improved this season. He has improved, but there's still a long way to go. And Neto is kind of, he is what he is. You kind of know exactly what Neto is, right? Probably would be better in a counter-attacking team, can cross and head down run, and this is it, right? Gets a goal here and there, but again, not a goal scorer. And my thing is, if you're getting a goal, if you're getting Delap, and it all depends on what you do. If you get Osimhen up front, I think even on the wings, okay, as much as I want the new left winger, it doesn't make the left winger as much of a, we need to go and get the best in the world. You might be able to get more of a creative person and feed the forward, right? Like a Haaland at a City, or you feed the forward. But if you're going to get a Delap and you're going to stick with Jackson, that left wing now needs to be pumping out way more goals. So it all depends on how you build the attack. So I guess it's hard to judge anything until it's all done. But make sure while you're doing it, you're not fucking about, basically.
People are saying that apparently, you know, Sancho can be a bit of a he can be pretty good in the Champions League. Like,
Yeah,
He was. But like I said this, I think we've all said this, that the striker is going to dictate what's behind him. Again, we have that striker, you're getting better results, better performances from a Neto. You're getting better performances from a Sancho. And then you get the Sancho we saw from the Champions League semi-final and the Champions League final last season. Because there's a focal point there. There's a link-up play there. There's someone that's going to understand movement. There's someone that's not going to be stagnant in the box. There's someone that's going to understand, hey, I need to make this late run. Neto always puts it at the far post. Then they tell one of the midfielders to run in front, and I peel off back to the back post. They understand. There's the one that's going to have a higher football IQ than Jackson, that's going to develop the entire team. So it's kind of hard to judge Jadon Sancho to what he was when you don't have some of the pieces he had when he was at Dortmund, which is a focal point striker. So
that's true. That's true. That's true.
all the wingers need that, though, right? All the wingers need.
You could argue.
Point. Yeah.
So, I agree. Cool. Let's go through some of these super chats. By the way, thank you so much to each and every one of you guys that has super chatted. Really, really appreciate that. Smash out the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's go through some of these super chats. I always love Assad super chats. You best believe there's going to be a jibe on Maresca here, but let's see if the man has taken our advice from last episode. I'm glad we won a trophy. Hey, he's glad. Happy for the manager, but next season we can have Science Project playing like shit every first half. The man got me in the first half, and then he was back on track again.
Assad.
Assad definitely wants Maresca gone. Look, Assad, let me break it to you. I don't know how else I can do this. He ain't going nowhere, bro. He's not going anywhere, and you're gonna have to start appreciating him very, very soon. Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Big up everyone. Chelsea fan, Nairobi, Kenya. Big up Nairobi. This is my first ever super chat up to Chelsea. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brian, thank you for the super chat. Bring me a domestic cup for F's sake, top 4, non-negotiable. I think next season it can't just be top 4 because that, as we've said, is base. Like that's a given. I think it's got to be more than just top 4. It's got to be in and around the mix. Yeah.
Even if we fall away in February, April, them times, at least be up there. Get past the winter slump, as we like to call it. Get past the winter slump, sell us a dream, and then if we fall short, we can say, you know what, we go again next season. So
correct. And
win the league.
You can fall off and do whatever you want to do, but yeah, just win the league. Just
win the league.
Win the league.
Honestly, this all depends on the window. If we don't have a serious window, then I'm afraid top 4 will be as much as we can do, because getting top 4 with Conference League and getting top 4 with Champions League is 2 different things. So it's not the same top 4 as this season. That's why you need to improve the team. If we don't really take the window seriously, then top 4 is as good as it gets, in my opinion, with Champions League football. And then hopefully, and the domestic cups need to be way better as well, because we still want one of those. If you do a serious window, that's when you're like, okay, we're kicking on now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree. Matthias de Souza, Chelsea went to Poland for one reason to win. For one reason to win. Infinity Gauntlet complete. Dom Toretto once said, doesn't matter if it's an inch or a mile, winning is winning. Big up panel. What a super chat, Matthias. Really, really appreciate that a lot. Assad is back again. Palmer as a 10, dead move him to the right. Chelsea Cook. Look, I think Assad, you probably watch too much of the formation, like the board. If you see, he may start from the right, and he does start. In fact, I think against Nottingham Forest, he was predominantly on the left. He was playing as a left mid and then coming into central areas. In the final against Betis, he was actually starting from the right and dropping even deeper as well at times, and then getting into central areas. So, as much as
his assist was on the right for Jackson.
Both of them. Both of them was on the right.
Both. Exactly. Both. Cross into the box.
So, exactly. So, as much as you want to call it, Palmer as a 10 is a dead move, he's not like stagnant in that position. Like, he's just not statutory in that position. He's moving around, and that's how he wants to play. He wants to be a free man. So concentrate on that. Yeah, go on.
And I do want to add with this, because we advocate, and he said it himself after the game in the press conference, that he had enough of playing sideways and backwards, and he wanted to move a little more forward with a little bit more risk. And he does need that freedom. With Esteval coming in, who says he wants to play as a 10, but he's predominantly a right winger, I think there's going to be a lot of interchange in between those two. Loads. And you know what? That helps Palmer, because that offers him a little bit of protection, grants him a little bit more space, and it allows both players to thrive how they want and move how they want to move. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I really hope that Esteval is almost ready to take that right wing spot sooner than I should logically realize.
Expect him to.
Yeah, because if he could, listen, he is the unknown quantity, right? And I'm trying not to get too excited about him with all the highlights on Twitter, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to build him up to a stupid level and then not take into account coming to Europe for the first time, Premier League. He's young, learning the language. Like, I want to give him all the grace. However, if this kid is just a freak and comes over here and gets ready with it quickly, wow, that interchange that Eunice just spoke about, brother, mouth is watering, because you can't do that with Neto and Madueke. You just can't do that interchange. That interchange, that's the same interchange I wanted for Elise and Palmer. That's why I wanted Elise. Because Elise would have been able to do that interchange easily.
Because Elise can come in central areas and become a 10. Do you know what I mean?
Easily, bro. It would have been cold. It would have been so cold, bro.
It would have been nice, man. It would have been Cole Palmer. Brian CFC, thank you, my man. Action Waxen out. Crest over anyone. You up the
Facts.
What is that? UTFC? Up the
Of,
Chelsea.
of the FN
What?
Chelsea.
Up the F in
Oh,
Chelsea.
up the F in Chelsea. Yeah. Fair enough. Just a quick word from everyone, just quickly, just on the round. Eunice, Nicholas Jackson, in or out? Yeah, I thought you're a bit over him as well. Javon?
Thank you for your
Jackson, in or out?
services. Thank you for that shoulder goal. Best of luck
Wow.
for your future endeavors. I'm tired of it, bro.
Damn.
Bro, in the same game to put us 3-0 up, you're in behind. How are you having a donkey touch, bro? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to get
Oh.
upset. I told myself I'm not going to
That
get
touch
upset.
was illegal. That touch was illegal.
Guys, if
You
you've
deserve
missed the
the red card
vlog,
for that.
have a look at Matisse's reaction when that touch happened. Matisse, Jackson, in or out?
I want to add some context because
Go
I don't
for it,
want to. I don't want to be rude to Jackson because I've always tried my best to give Jackson his time, but he has reached his two-year mark, right? So now I can be very serious with him.
Mm.
If we had signed Osimhen, I would have given Jackson a deadline until the next AFCON because that's when we'd lose 2 strikers and we need someone else, right? But now we've signed Delap, I would be moving him on because I need Osimhen. And you're not gonna have Osimhen, Delap, and Jackson in the same. Now,
can't.
some people say move. Some people say move Jackson out wide, and I used to actually entertain that, but I'll tell you why now. I'm kind of over that as well. I'm talking about getting. Bro. Well, that is just his own business. But I'm talking about releasing shots. I'm talking about releasing shots from the flank. I have not seen Jackson shoot from an angle and whip it and curl it in no far corners and in no near posts enough for me to be moving him to that position and getting the tally that I'm looking for. I'm not just looking for box crashing back post. I'm looking for, can you cut in and whippy? Can you whip it? And I'm not seeing no whip in his shooting. So that's my problem with it. You know what I mean? So listen, it's ruthless. I'll be honest, it's ruthless because I do like him, but he has not kicked on as much as he needed to this year. He's had the injury, and you can make the case that before the injury, at the start of the season, he was doing this, that, and the third. But I think when you sign Delap, you don't really leave me any other choice.
Ruthless, bro. You're from the Roman era. What do you do? Fix up? Where's your backbone? This is not the Matisse I know. You're from the room, bro. Stop it. Fix up. You're from the Roman era. We see what ruthless is like. Come on.
Oh man. Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat. Liquid zest is needed indeed when Enzo slapped Reese during his goal celebration. I almost forgot his racist madness in the moment. Brother, why? Why do we have to bring all of that back into look? And do you know what? During that time as well, it was Reece James that sort of cooled things down in that whole saga. If you guys remember last summer, about the same sort of time. Enzo Fernandez did a bit of a madness. Sonny, big up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Haters laughed when we won League Cup in 2004. Little they knew this began the domination. This UECL will begin that. The hunger for trophies has come. I hope so. I truly, truly hope so. That is what the expectation is. Akeem, thank you, my man.
Sorry, quick one.
Bro.
It has done that in the fan base as well, and I'm glad to see that. It's like everyone is now, I think, unified to a consensus of like, now, look, no matter what spectrum or how you are seeing things, it's like we've achieved what we wanted to achieve. Now we have to kick on. There is no if, buts, or maybes. Like everyone's on the same sort of level now, which is refreshing to see. It's been a while.
100% agreed, man. Yeah, it is the expectation. Akeem, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really, really appreciate that. Afro, love from across the pond, especially Eunice and Ma. There you go. Beautiful. Love to always see that. A little bit of love for me and Javon would be nice as well.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Share the love around. Or else we feel a little bit left behind. You know what I mean? Give us the little players some love. You know, the squad players matter. When the main players are down, the squad players come in and they do the job. So, give us a bit of love. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. We have more chance of seeing Matisse's nipples. Whoa, where's this going? Doing the helicopter again, than Osimhen to Chelsea. At least suggest a name that our ST will like. Yeah, look, I don't know about this Osimhen. I mean, we did go for him last summer, though. Like, we were pursuing him on the last day. Is it really dead?
You know what's mad? we think is dead, right?
Yeah.
Or somewhat dead. But everyone that's close to the player, P Squared,
Don't think so.
Mikel, everyone's
Yeah.
like, this summer we will keep talking. like
We'll
there's
keep
something
talking.
happening.
Can you
I
imagine?
don't know.
Can you imagine this saga finally gets wrapped up and that number 9 curse hits him? All of this for what? Listen. If it's dead, it's dead. We move. Get me a strike. Give me a strike. Put the ball in
Yeah,
there.
man. I mean,
It's just-
Mikel did say that it was just one phone call away. Remember that song, Chingy? You're just a phone call away. No. Chingy. I love that song, man. Matisse, what are you going to say?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there was interest last season, and I'm
There was.
very
was.
I'm very good at smelling the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really even buying. I'm not even buying this Rodrigo interest. I want Rodrigo. I know I'm interested, but I don't think they're genuinely interested because I haven't seen any serious move made yet. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's because
Yeah.
Rodrigo don't want to move. Maybe Rodrigo doesn't want to move. I don't know. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. If he goes to Saudi, then at least nobody else got him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he doesn't come to the Premier League at all, then at least we can go, all right, he's not against us. Because I don't need that brother coming to the Prem and banging in goals against us. That's one thing I don't want to see. So
100% agreed, man.
If he goes to Saudi, if he goes to Saudi, I'm gonna go across the border and have a word with him.
Listen, brother.
Like, Papa, what were you doing? What's wrong with you?
Get him a shawarma as well on the way. Why not, bro?
He got to
Akeem,
get me a shawarma, bro. He'll get paid like, I don't know, $1 million a week or something.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3. I like the Dilap deal. 30 million is a bargain. I just fear the Blue Coast sees him as 1. Hopefully, we get VO9 and Rodrigo Dreams. Look, if it's just the 1, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for next season. Smackdown, thank you. Guys, Osimhen is coming. Dilap is a stopgap for AFCON next year. Dilap ain't no stopgap, bro. Man's just called Dilap a stopgap.
The
This guy's
disrespect
a-
is real.
stop gaps are like, I don't know. You need to sign like a guy that's over 30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Delap's about to slap
Taremi.
down a 8-year contract.
facts.
that's
And to be
nice.
fair, Delap did score 12 goals in the Premier League in a relegated team. Imagine
Yeah.
what he could do when we create the amount of chances we create. So it's
That's
a
the
positive
same, man.
outlook.
100%. And look, I've got no doubt down the track. I still think there's a lot of development that needs to happen, but Delap is guaranteed to be England's striker for many years to come. For many, many years to come. Akeem, I'm not sure why we're not all over Osimhen. We shall see. We shall see how the transfer window pans out. Shubha, thank you, my man, for the super chat. Realistic, Hato, Branthwaite, Delap, Ekitike, Sancho. Yeah. Not really sure.
Mr. Bucket is here. Mr. Bucket.
Oh, is he?
I'm not gonna lie. That
here?
line was cold. That line was. It's very rare that
Bucket.
I say Robert. Robert has got something cold to say, but that was a very cold line.
No, 100%. I like that. Book it. Asad, Yokir is shit. That's why nobody go for him. Go 4-3-3 NS. Yokir is not shit, man. He's not. I've got no doubt. The right
70
team.
goals, cup and country.
Someone like Liverpool, Gyökeres is gonna cook.
It's so
You
strange.
just hope that they don't go there. Yeah, you just hope that they don't go there.
I'm gonna use that. So strange that one. I'm gonna use that line.
NP, thank you so much for the super chat. We might want Rodrigo Gyökeres, but Clearlake will feel vindicated by their youth potential approach, expecting Branthwaite, Gittins, and Sancho. Well, look, Gittins is a concrete one, man. Like, I think that's where they're going towards. Gittins is the one.
Almost see.
Branthwaite, I haven't heard yet. I think Alex Goldberg is talking about Branthwaite. I haven't seen Fabrizio Romano or Ornstein talk about it.
No.
Alex does get a few things right here and there, of course, but yeah, we'll see. But Gittins, I think, is the one that they're really looking into. But we shall
I
see.
think
what happens.
Gittins came from Well,
City?
he was at City 2018 to 2020. He was at Man City, and we know.
Oh, is that
we love to
why?
sign-
Is that
well,
why?
I'm not saying that's why, but we love to sign Man City youth products, and Gittins he's down as Man City, Reading, then Man City, and then Dortmund. So he's coming to
This whole
close
Man
contact.
City
I'm sure
thing.
he's coming to close contact with Joe Shields at some point.
We're just gonna
This
sign
whole-
like the class of 19 up Man City Academy. basically.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's fine, but it's a bit like there is a
Underwhelming.
world outside of that. Like,
It's better than Brighton. I'll give him that. It's better than Brighton.
yeah, fair enough.
I'll take Believer
Kind
from
of.
Brighton.
Kind of. I mean, it's not. No, the whole Brighton thing. We've been a bit vindicated. Well, no, not we've not been vindicated. Caicedo and Cucurella are our best two players this season.
Yeah. 100%. Casey, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. You can provide comments next time. 100%. Simeone. Sancho has found a home and the boys are living like siblings. That's good for the dressing tomb. Yeah, why not? Also, why Delap easily signed. They will become a force as they grow together. Yeah, the whole city thing. Sancho was City as well, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
All of our best players, by the way, have been ready for impact. Apart from maybe Palmer, that was
Facts.
the biggest surprise. Enzo Fernandez, we didn't sign him to develop him. He was ready for impact. Caicedo was ready for impact. Cucurella was wanted by Man City, cost 60 million, ready for impact.
Correct.
Reece James, we didn't sign him, but this brother is ready for impact, and he's showing it when he comes onto the pitch. It's not your Jacksons, Madueke's, João Felix's, Jorgensen's, Disassis. So there needs to be some sort of learning going on. Yes, what you're doing with Andre Santos and Esteval, I commend you. Fantastic. Penders, I'm looking forward to it. Right? But please also understand that the guys that are achieving the most things in this team are the ones that, when you sign them, you knew they were needle movers. So don't run away from the needle movers. The needle movers are why you're in the position you're in. It's not because of anything else. Those other players around the needle movers are not getting Champions League football. They're not. It's the needle movers that got you Champions League football. So get a couple more needle movers, and I assure you everything will be fine.
And you don't want any of these needle movers to leave because you're not showing ambition. Because that can also happen. So we've created a nice base. Now, these needle movers that we have in our team want the ambition to be shown so that they can go to the next level. If they now stay stagnated here, it's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good. American Dude, thank you. Great to see 4 legends on one screen. Cheers. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Casey, thank you. We should find a way to keep Sancho because he has a level of experience which might be good for the squad, especially with Champions League coming. Look, I think it's going to happen. He's going to have to adjust his wage. And if he can do that, then I think it's going to happen because 25 million is quite cheap. Dins, thank you. Osimhen will come. Mark my words. All right. Well, I'm marking it. Everyone's seen. There's about 1,600 of us. We've all marked your words. Let's see if it happens. Parasite 82. Thank you. I think we will get another striker as our number 1, and Delap will become our FA Cup darling next season. He guaranteed up the Chelsea. Yeah, I'm not really sure about him just becoming an FA Cup darling. He will be given minutes, proper minutes. He will be integrated properly. But yes, a serious experience level striker is still needed, but Delap will be a prominent member, and it's not just the FA Cup because there'll be plenty of games in the Premier League, plenty of games in the Champions League, and obviously the domestic cups is going to be there as well. So, yeah. Parasite again. Am I losing the plot? But didn't Esteval agree to join us because we guaranteed him the number 10 spot?
No.
So
really know
there's
about that.
a language barrier here, and that's what's happened. There's a miscommunication. He thinks we said 10. We didn't say 10, right? So
he needs to understand. It takes some English lessons.
Comunicado, guys. Comunicado.
Comunicado.
Give Palmer that number 10 at this point.
bro, who
Yeah,
wears the number 10
that's-
right now? Mudryk.
Mudryk.
Modric.
Rip that shit. Rip it.
What's that meme? That guy just
Give me this, man.
That shit
Give me
will
that
strip
back.
so much. I will switch to my other camera. If Cole Palmer is not wearing that number 10 next season,
Yeah,
I
that's a must. That's a
swear
must.
on everything. I need that shirt option in the mega store,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because the new kit is cold.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fire.
It's much better.
Stick a nice little Samsung-esque sponsor on that if it's the Mac.
I don't mind the Mac.
I'm cool with the Mac,
I like
right?
that.
And then
Turn off the Mac.
get me that Cole Palmer number 10, and I'm telling you now, good things will happen in life. Good
Yeah.
Yeah,
things.
we're all buying it. We're all buying it. Scotty Cadet, thank you so much. Big up. I remember Miz from COVID time during Champions League. He was scary indeed. Can anyone tell me why every club seems to stay away from a 39 goal scorer? Gyökeres, is he overvalued?
This is the year he moves.
What's the release clause? What's his release clause?
60
70
million, and he's on 40K a week, bro. This is the year he moves.
Yeah.
And look, everyone's already said, Fabrizio included, he's leaving this summer. That's a done.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
happening. But I'm like,
Yeah.
how can you come to that consensus if we don't know where, or if we're not hearing anything from anyone? Like, what's going on there? It's all very protected. It's all like secret.
Because I
I-
think there is rumors that he could go to Serie A as well, like Juventus.
Juventus.
Apparently is keen on him.
I'm starting to think his move is going to be very underwhelming, and he's either going to go Serie A or he's going to go Bundesliga. He doesn't look like he's going to one of these big clubs
Yes,
in
they
England.
say Serie A. I thought he said Syria,
City-
bro. I'm like,
No.
Yeah.
Man's going to
Syria
Jordan,
A.
Syria, and Lebanon.
Don't knock it. Don't knock it till you try it. You know what I'm saying?
So then what
But yeah.
happens to Vlahovic?
Vlahovic, who the fuck is
Oh,
Vlahovic?
he's leaving.
I told these
Hey.
bastards in this chat. You know what's so funny? They
Shit.
bring up my L's, but they don't bring up my W's. This Vlahovic motherfucker. Everybody and their grandmother cat dog was waffling about Vlahovic all these damn years. And look at the scrub now. Look at the scrub now.
Scrum now.
God,
Look
damn.
at the scrub now.
God
Look
damn.
at the scrub.
Yeah, Matisse,
Juno.
Matisse has been waiting to be a panelist, you know.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I have not cooked enough. I've not cooked
I
enough.
swear, when Matisse was the host, I don't think he was on smoke like this. Like he's
No, he wasn't.
every
Because he was
episode,
hosting.
he's a beast. Every episode, he's man of the match, bro. He's
I told you I
killing
was
it.
looking forward to this. I told you I was looking forward to this.
He's Cole Palmer 2023-24 season, man. He's,
Facts, bro.
He's
This man was ready.
kicking ass, man. Juno, what are we going to do with the loan players coming back? Brother, what do you mean? There's the bin.
Hey,
the bin is there.
Hey, it's a good vibes today, bro. Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that.
Man wants us to elaborate. Man wants us to elaborate on Sterling, Kepa, Vega, and Felix. We ain't got no time for this, bro.
Sell them.
There's no time. There's no time for this. I'm sorry. But that is a problem. It is a problem. It is a problem.
About Sterling, just about. Have you seen the video of I'll share it with you guys with all the comments about him leaving Arsenal.
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow, I never saw the video. Is there a video?
TikTok.
I saw it on Insta.
Oh, I know.
As
You
in
talking about
his
that-
goodbye
where
video. He has a
No,
goodbye
no,
video for
no,
us.
No, it's not a good. It's not a goodbye
someone-
video.
Someone's taking the piss, right? And they're saying when you fall in love with loan players and they're like pretending to shed a tear.
Yeah.
And all it is Sterling being substituted coming off the bench. And that's it.
Oh
And then-
my, they share it.
Yeah,
Share
and
it,
it's
bro,
got
share it.
Sterling coming off the bench. But when you read the comments, it's got defenders always stood a chance. What one of the Arsenal players of all time, absolutely
Shit.
believable player.
Believable
Gonna-
player. It's crazy.
Gonna be missed. He was always 3 goals away from a hat trick.
Oh
I'll share it.
shit.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Those comments
Oh
are
my
mad.
god. We are laughing. He's going to become a problem for us. I don't know how much longer he's got left in his
By
contract.
the
We
grace
have to
of
find a home.
God, we will get rid of this man.
We have to find a home for him.
Remember,
We
we
have
still
to
get
find a
Chilwell
home.
back. That's just all we have to. No.
Well, Brentford hopefully can come through for us. American dude, you guys rate the Club World Cup.
Yes, sir.
This Club World Cup, you got to
Yes.
rate. Yes. This
Yes.
format, you got to rate. You heard what Eunice read out, the teams that are competing in this. This isn't your every other season Club World Cup. This is, I think the other seasons, there'd be like, what, 8, 9?
Yeah, there's a
teams
new
involved?
competition that replaced that. It's called Intercontinental Cup or some Intercontinental Cup, where the winners of the Champions League and the winners of the South American leagues or whatever, that's the new Club World Cup. This new Club World Cup is like a World Cup for clubs. It's in the name.
So that will still happen? The
Yeah.
Intercontinental
Yeah.
Championship?
Yeah. We wear the badge.
It's been renamed as the FIFA Intercontinental Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen again this season.
Yeah, but
next
you
season.
know, but the winners of the
Yeah.
Champions League and so on.
So which
Listen,
one
man.
gets the gold badge?
Yeah.
The more important gold badge would be the Club World Cup.
Good.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Wait, so they're both getting gold
Wow.
badges.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know if
doesn't
the
make
new one's
sense.
gonna get the gold badge. I know the Club World Cup, you'll get a badge, the
Good.
gold badge.
Good.
I don't know if the Intercontinental one, what they get.
Don't give them shit.
Yeah, that should just be like in WWE, you know, Intercontinental Championship, like gets nothing. It should be something like that. Richie CFC, thank you, my man. We beat Betis 4-1. Some North London we also beat. Yes.
Remember what I said in the chat?
Europa League.
The first thing
final.
the Chelsea admin said. Can anyone remember the last time we won 4-1 in a final?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
mate.
Oh, yeah.
No, big up to the Chelsea admin. Needs a 10-year contract, a death row sentence. He needs that. He's
You're
cruising
locked in.
on
You're
the
locked in.
platform.
You're locked in.
Unreal.
Robert is in the building. Booker, Mr. Booker is here. Big up, fellas. Very good season. This, and we kick on title challenge next. Nico shouldn't go nowhere. You heard it here first. We'll make Club World Cup final. Book it.
See,
there you go.
I'm not booking shit because the flights is very expensive to America. So I'm not booking it. But
Come to America, lads. We'll have a grand time.
I really wanted to. I really did.
So basically, Robert wouldn't get another striker. He's done now with strikers.
Yeah, because
he's
been
happy.
wanting the lab.
He's happy.
He's been wanting the lab.
Oh, is he?
He's happy. He's happy. He's happy, bro.
I will
Crossway,
say,
thank you.
Robert did predict the final correctly.
Did he say 4-1?
Did he say 4-1?
Yeah, he said we win 4.
What? Wow, Roberto.
A few hours before the game, he tweeted it. So
Oh.
big up Robert. We also
wanna start
agreed.
calling-
We agreed on the first thing ever between us, I think, in our lives. So yeah, shout out Robert.
Hey,
What was that?
I have an episode
forgot what
coming.
it was.
What?
Um,
That's gonna be intense.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. I need to look it up. I forgot what it was. It happened a few days ago. I'll track it down.
Mad.
Wow.
What was it when
mad.
he said, "How the mighty have fallen with City"? Yeah, because Robert made a tweet about the type of signing City are making now. It's not in the ilk as it was in the past. So he's saying City.
Oh yeah, he did say that. He did say
I
that.
kind of agree with that.
Did
He
say
did
that,
say
yeah.
that. He did say that. Yeah, he did say that.
Um,
Crossway, we are not signing another striker. I swear. Watch. It's not going to be
I don't
good if
have a
it's
watch
just
on,
Dilap and Jack. Yeah, it's not going to be good if it's just Jackson and Dilap. I think it's going to be struggle streets then. Ton, our domestic cup finals record has been a disgrace, and we need to fix that next season. 100%. 100% that needs to be fixed. I think we need to take all of that seriously next season. Afro, thank you again. Little bit of love for you, and especially Javon got the same Chelsea hat. Appreciate
One
that.
is all you
Thank
need, brother. One is all you need.
Thank you. Appreciate that. AA23, book it. Morgan Rogers to Chelsea. Ooh. I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but Aston Villa didn't make it to Champions League. They didn't make it to Champions League, so they may need to sell. And isn't he also Manchester City?
Yes.
glad,
I personally don't really understand this one.
Nah,
I'll be
me
honest.
neither.
I don't
It's not
understand.
needed. It's not needed.
I don't understand this one. This
yeah,
is
it's
now
not necessary.
This is now literally just going through your contact book and just buying everyone from Manchester.
Anyone from Manchester City that they know and they've smelt, yeah, you're coming here. Parasite again. I meant for Esteval to play in number 10 position. Look, no one's gonna have just a set. Besides wingers, no one else is really set. Everyone's moving around. Everyone is moving around. So, yeah, this whole number 10 business, yeah, they will still need to track back. They will still need to drop deep. They will still need to go out wide if they need to. They need to do multiple things. It's not just, I'm number 10. I'm not going to the right. I'm not going to the left. I'm staying here. You've got to pass the ball here only. It doesn't work that way. Football's a lot more fluid than that. Parasite again. Delap will play Premier League, but will shine most in FA Cup. Okay, fair enough. Parasite again. Thank you. Parasite's been pumping it. Loving the podcast, guys. And Matisse loves your video in Poland. Was so close to unsubscribing from Big Six after that. After that Caicedo robbery. My super chat funds are wiped out now. Keep up the good work, guys. Appreciate it. Look, Parasite, you don't need to pump this many super chats. Like, I don't want you to be bankrupt. Need you to have money to be able to eat and look after yourself. Like, this is not necessary, but thank you. Appreciate that. And appreciate the fact that you have enjoyed this episode. Naval Nation, have you seen Chelsea leaked away kit with Sancho in it in the best kit yet? I hope it's because it looks good. It's like a marble grey white with red and blue stripes down the middle. Yeah, I have seen it and it looks really nice. I think the lads really like it as well. So
it's red and green.
I have not seen it, so
red and green stripes down the middle. It does. I think it's a throwback to Chelsea used to have an away kit with the red and green stripe going all the way down
and with the white.
You know what I like? I like that this season we finished with this season's kit and we didn't start previewing the next season.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. Are they going to do that in Club World Cup though? Maybe in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, bring it.
But that's a new season. Technically, that would be a new season.
Honestly, We Are the Shed, and they brought the flags to the final. And I must say, some of our color schemes in the 90s are fucking beautiful.
Beautiful.
We need to bring all of those color schemes into our kits, because that just kicks everything up to another. You just start to feel all the history and the heritage of this club when you start seeing those color schemes, like the orange and the gray, and bro, it's just beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. You need more.
Shout out to Umbro.
Agree.
Umbro.
Yes.
Shout out to Umbro. Yes. They were the ones.
I miss when we used to have I miss when we used to have a yellow kit, because every time I think about a yellow kit, I think about Cesc.
Yeah.
Magical.
Well, just for a second, I thought you said I think about sex.
All right, miss. All right.
Calm it down. $dollars, thank you so much for this big up panel. Esteval will be a game changer for us next season. I hope so. But we got to stay calm as well on him. All right, we're going to wrap things up. But before I do that, I think this needs to be shared 100%. Matisse's vlog, the link is there. I'm going to pin it as well. You guys need to watch this because I'm telling you, you will not have seen anything better. Give it a watch. Enjoy it. Before we wrap things up, lads, final thoughts. Matisse, you are off to South Africa soon, by the way.
Yes,
right?
Tuesday.
Tell us a little bit about that, bro.
Tuesday night, we're flying out. So I'm buzzing for that. I'm going to be out there for about 8.5 days, I think.
Wow.
I'm not gonna vlog it personally because I just want to experience the trip, and also Big Six are gonna vlog it, so I want to kind of just be good for that vlog. But I will be doing videos out there. I'm probably going to be just staying on top of the transfer news because there is going to be a lot of transfers and I don't want to miss that. But I'm not going to be there for every report and link because otherwise it will be a long trip. I'll just be there when the delivery is checking out. I will be there.
Can you I know you don't want to give out too much. You want it to be a surprise, obviously, for Big Six, but just a little snippet here and there. Like, are you guys doing anything with the South African crowd? Like, are you doing a gathering?
Yes.
Doing a watch along? I don't know if any games on at that time. Or?
No watch along, but the event for Back Your Chat is already public. So we're doing a big link up for that. on next Friday. So Back Your Chat, which we've been doing that series. We've done London, we've done LA. Now the next one's in Johannesburg, and everybody can kind of come to the table, debate. We just got the banners, so I know what the debate's about. I won't leak that, but the debate's going to be good. And the itinerary is full and it's complete.
Wow,
it's busy. And yeah, sorry to the Cape Towners because they keep cussing. They're like, "Yo, you should come to Cape Town." Listen, Cape Town is definitely on the list because the amount of love we've got from Cape Town. If we can go to America twice, I don't see why this can't happen twice. But it will happen way down the line. Way down the line.
For Big Six, just putting that New York's waiting for you.
Jamaica,
Brooklyn,
Jamaica. I thought you were going to say Jamaica. We've had some.
Jamaica. I'm already.
Jamaica and Ireland have been. Jamaica.
Matisse would cook in Jamaica, bro. I think he would be unleashed in Jamaica. He would be unleashed in Jamaica. But yeah, to the South African fans that are going to be watching or that are still watching, Joburg, make sure you're there for the Big Six, without a doubt. Just before I go to Javon and Eunice as well, Naval Nation again, thank you. If that's the kit, that's the best kit since Adidas, because Nike are shite at dressing Chelsea kits. And Matthias again, Jordan deal's still on. Imagine those kits. I hope the Jordan deal's on because
Me too.
that is going to be cooking. Javon, what you got coming up? Let us know.
So I recently released another episode of the Sideline View where Robert and Marshall, we chopped it up, we celebrated. And, that was before the Conference League final and we predicted that win and we got the win. Coming up will be a 3-part series of the Premier League review, season review, Chelsea. I got Eunice first. Miz is going to be second. And then between Ma or Carefree Lewis will be the last person. And we're going to review the season in steps. So we're going to get some in-depth discussion and kind of pinpoint where things went wrong and where we can go for next season. So tune in. A lot of Chelsea talk there.
Brilliant,
the Final
brilliant,
Podcast.
brilliant.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Make sure you guys subscribe. The link is literally in the description. Eunice, brother, I saw that Reddit is now in the second channel. That was one hilarious video. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen that, give Eunice a second channel a lot of love. Reddit, I don't know whether that's now moved over there. Is it going to be moved into the second channel?
Yeah, it has. It's moved over there. Because if not, this my Eunice Talks Football will be crowded to just be non-stop videos, like 4 or 5 a day. Like, I can't do that. There needs to be space and breathing space between all of them. So the Reddit and more of the interactive content, I've already got one episode of a new series that is lined up. It's a gameplay one. I'm not going to spoil that one, but it's unique and it's a good football concept. So that'll be on the second channel. But the Reddit videos have moved over there. There'll be extra stuff there, reactions. I'm recording one later today, a reaction video of something that someone recommended. So it's going to be loads of recommended content from people and that are watching, and I'm going to get suggestions in from them too. That's the second channel. But on the first channel, so on Eunice Talks Football, there's a video coming out after this. And then there's a Champions League final watch along, and then the video after that as well. So on top of the news and all the latest. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Lots going on. Ladies and gentlemen, the link for Eunice's second channel is in the live chat right now. I'll put it on the description as well. Give it a subscription, watch it, follow it. Yeah, there's some nice, nifty little things happening there as well. With me, it's just, look, the daily news and whatever watch-alongs that come along the way, but I will definitely come alive in full scale for Club World Cup. I think that's something that I want to cover massively on this channel because it's in good times for me. American times work good for Australian viewers, so Club World Cup is, I'll try and cover as many of the games, not just the Chelsea ones, but other ones as well, just to keep a track of what's going on. But besides that, just the daily sort of news that's going to happen. I'm not as creative as the other guys. I just, I can't. One, I don't have the time, and I'm not that creative. Regia Park, thank you so much for the super chat. Big up. Thanks for the great content from you all. This was the best week for us in 3 years. Dilap, solid business, by the way. Spurs, Palace, Chelsea, silverware, Arsenal lifted a water bottle
in the mud.
Please, bro. Love it. That's the perfect way to finish. Now, I really, really like that. I enjoyed that.
There's only one thing missing from that super chat, and that's United finishing 15 and losing to Spurs in a cup final. Mudded.
Mad.
This is not going to
Mudded.
stop. It's not going to
then-
stop. I'm telling you now.
And then losing the Malaysian, South Asian All Stars.
Wow. 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 Oh
Mudded
my
United.
God.
I'm loving it.
Fighting for their lives against
What
Hong
the-
Kong and 1-0 down.
And then,
wow.
yeah.
I couldn't.
And then they beat Hong Kong, at least.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't even know those brothers were like, playing football at that level, or Man United's playing in a very, lower level.
They're broke.
Right.
They need the money, and that is the only reason why not buying Sancho would kind of be funny, is because Man United need the money and they don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And on that note,
Exactly.
send Central back. Send him back.
Send
be
him
honest.
back. Imagine Sancho just comes to the live chat, guys. What are you doing? What are you
You
doing
got to
this
keep
me
your
for?
enemies down. You got to
Keep
keep
them
your
down.
enemies down. Like, don't
Your
give them-
How long
collateral
has he got
damage.
How long has he got left on his deal? Do we
I
know?
think he's got. I think
2
he's got
weeks.
2 years left. It's probably.
Well,
Oh,
if
with
he
us.
runs about, no,
Oh, mate,
for
no.
United, it's a United deal.
2 years. 2 years.
I think,
if
I
it's
think
United.
2 years.
Well, if
probably.
we hang about, we can pick him up for free.
Bilal, yeah, I'm not gonna read that one, but thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. But yeah, I think I'll skip that one. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Smash up the like button, and we shall all catch you guys very, very soon. Until next time, take care. See ya.